School, Jamie Lataba Owen.
And I am the very proud coordinator of the International Baccalaureate Program at Princess Anne High School. I am so deeply honored to be here with you virtually this evening to help celebrate William and this amazing accomplishment. I've known Will for 4 years, and I believe him to be one of the most outstanding students and human beings that I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. I know that embarrasses him. Sorry, Will. In his short 19 years of life, Will has accomplished more than many of us have done in 2 or 3 times that. But it's not his accomplishments that really make him such a wonderful human. It's truly his character that makes him stand out. Even as a freshman, Will has been a champion for others. That not-so-tall freshman Will sat on the sidelines of his varsity basketball team, cheering them on, ready to go in anytime they might need him, even knowing that there was a chance that he wouldn't get a lot of playing time that year. Because 14-year-old Will knew something that a lot of us don't really realize until we hit adulthood, and that is that sometimes our greatest strength is motivating others around us to be the best versions of themselves. Because when we focus on the group, the community, the team as a whole, rather than our own individual accomplishments, we are unstoppable, and that's when true change can happen. This truth has been a thread woven into the tapestry of Will's story. It motivates every single thing that he does. At Princess Anne, Will definitely stood out because he was so tall, but that was probably not what made him stand out most. It was his infectious personality. Students and teachers alike wanted to get to know Will. They wanted to know how he felt about things, and they felt comfortable sharing their own opinions with him. Will was not the typical teenager. He didn't just use that as an opportunity to build relationships with people, though he did do that. He used that opportunity to really identify the needs of his community and try to find ways to help meet those needs. So whether it was him pushing for us to add a new IB course that focused on mental and physical wellness, which we did, thank you, Will, or whether it was him creating the Same H Club as a forum for student athletes to share their mental health needs, Will has been a person who wants to represent his community. He is not afraid to push beyond traditional boundaries, he's not afraid to address stigmas, and he does so with great eloquence and calm. I am so thankful that Will is getting celebrated this evening, not just for his accomplishments, but more so because of his wonderful character. I know that you all, like me, can't wait to see what William Bland will do to make this world a better place. To close, I would like to share a quote from my favorite basketball coach, college basketball coach, Coach K. And I have it printed out just so I wouldn't forget. There are 4 words that, when said, can bring out the best in your team, your employees, and your family. I believe in you. Those 4 words can mean the difference between a fear of failure and the courage to try. Will, thank you for always being a champion, encouraging the community to believe in themselves. And here we are as a group of people who all believe in you. I hope you never let the fear of failure stop you from trying to make this world a wonderful place. Thank you all so much, and I hope you have a great evening.
Well, hello everybody. I can't see the audience now, but good evening. And hey, Mom. Well, thank you to Mr. Cruiser and everybody at the Mental Health Virginia, to Secretary Littell, and all the friends who support this great cause of mental health awareness. And Secretary Littell, by the way, we young people see everybody else as a part of this same generation, I promise. Though I am unable to attend tonight's gathering in person, I can almost feel the energy of the event's exciting atmosphere through the screen. For those who know me, they can corroborate that I am passionate about many things, but especially included are my loves for 1, the fall season, if the weather is mild, and 2, calendar-worthy events, if time permits. Though I've only been in Cambridge, Massachusetts for a mere month, I'm starting to see that I might have sacrificed both. The reputations about neither the cold Boston weather nor the rigor of academics at MIT are hyperbole. In fact, I have 3 midterms tomorrow, beginning at 8 in the morning. In this light, I envy you all. Much like learning to dress with layers for survival, my appreciation for time has innately grown, so I will be succinct. My name is Will Bland. I'm a recent graduate of Princess Anne High School in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and a current member of the Institute's Class of 2027 and men's varsity basketball team. Those who know me also know that I do not have the most sound mental or emotional health, especially as it relates to my identity as a student athlete. Specifically, I've battled issues related to anger, low self-esteem and confidence, insecurity, and anxiety. But I'm committed to a process of growth and transparent honesty. I'm tremendously grateful for being honored with the 2023 Mental Health Advocacy Champion Award. Though yes, it does reflect my dedication toward galvanizing support for mental health education and awareness, it more so encapsulates the power of community when a need must be addressed. Tonight, I am simply a representative spokesperson for all of the brains, hands, and hearts that contribute in any fashion to our movement. I'd like to specifically acknowledge the guidance and contributions of my different families, community leaders, various members of the Virginia Beach City Public School System who were very receptive and eager to respond to feedback, and especially Mrs. Jamie LaCava Owen, who you just saw, who we commonly refer to as Mrs. Lowe. And as we joke, she triples as our school's International Baccalaureate Program coordinator, our group sponsor, and my personal life coach. Additionally, I should not go on without mentioning the power of my former classmates and teammates, who strove to understand the importance of embracing mental and emotional health prioritization. I started the Student Athletes Mental and Emotional Health Alliance early in my senior year, which, to be honest, was far too late. SAME-H, the acronym that became a colloquial moniker, represented a founding acknowledgement: mental, emotional, physical, and when it is appropriate to go further, spiritual health, all being a part of the same H that is contributory to performance. Both as a school club and an MPO, we marketed participation in the movement as a journey that welcomes athletes and supporters of athletes. Through learning, sharing, leading, and building connections, we have been committed to personal growth and the restructuring of the communities in which so much energy and time is invested. Breaking down barriers of stigmas and replacing them with improved and, in many cases, new infrastructure of conversation, resources, and support has been vital for optimizing the performance and happiness of fellow student athletes and I in our academic, athletic, and social arenas. Words alone cannot provide enough justice for cementing the values of family and fellowship as pillars of community, especially those featuring student athletes who face pressure from parents, self-expectation for grade books and box scores, and uncertainty about the longevity of their careers, both in respect to health and recruiting, two monsters that deserve their own armies. Checkpoints in this journey have included regular check-in and maintenance meetings, guest speaker sessions, social media posts, and open forum discussions, and along with what Mrs. Lowe was talking about, our advocacy in our school system. But we, in no way, have reached a destination. Furthering growth in my hometown was a difficult yet fruitful process. I'm confident that others will run even further with the proverbial torch. In the meantime, I'm eager to continue raising awareness in my new home. I want to pause here. I think it's paramount to agree that as leaders of any movement, whether it be through professional support, local advocacy, financial contributions, or communal accountability, we must practice what we preach. Though I will admit that my attention span has never been long enough to focus on airline safety instructions, I'm pretty sure that flight attendants regularly preach putting on our own oxygen masks before assisting others. So, let's do an exercise. First, think about a recent time where you experienced a distracting emotion or mentality, whether it took you out of a flow state, soured your smile, or affected your interactions with the outside world. And how did you respond? How did you pull yourself out of this situation? For example, when feeling sad or angry, I know that I walk around with dark shades, a hoodie over my head, and these big headphones, shutting out the entire world. Again, my practices are not the most healthy, but give some thought to that. Again, I can't see you all, so I don't know how much time that will take. But as humans in today's world, we've all adapted to react. But when is the last time you did something to proactively prevent or diminish the effects of mental and emotional distractions? I think there's also a reason why these attendants don't wait until trouble to prepare. Please, if you feel comfortable in a group around you, why don't you share a routine or activity that you use? This could be as small as monitoring caffeine intake in consideration of anxiety. Try to learn a new proactive outlet in just maybe a couple minutes or 30 seconds to a minute. I know I personally, along with watching my caffeine, when I can, I'll do a daily devotional in the mornings. But again, I don't know how this is being received right now. Just try to take away something that you can implement in your own life or share. Thank you. Lastly, to be a mental health advocacy champion, you do not need to be an athlete, know an athlete, nor like the autumn season. Please assess your own health and of the others around you. Encourage transparency in conversation. Strive to be educated. Our journey will always welcome more. And for those of you without direction, you are not alone. Thank you all.